Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry that I did not post last Friday. I was so sick, like extremely sick, and was supposed to film this and post this on Saturday morning, but it didn't end up happening because I thought I was going into labor and I was extremely sick and getting a lot of pains, but obviously I'm still not in labor. I'm 39 weeks and 1 day today, and she still hasn't come, which is fine. I mean, she's still got 6 more days until her due date. But anyways, so we're going to do a Q&A today. This is a very, very belated Q&A that a lot of you have been wanting us to do. So I took to Instagram and I took to Instagram and asked you guys to ask us some questions, anything baby related, marriage related, and everything in between. We're not going to get through all of them today, but we're going to try and answer majority of them, well, as many as we can. I haven't properly looked at these, I've just screenshotted them, and this is the first time Carl's seeing them too. But anyways, we're just going to get straight into the video because I tend to create really long intros and I know they're super boring.
Let's get it.
Let's
get it.
Okay, first one. How do you go with putting up with him all the time? He's okay. He's not that bad to deal with. Besides, he eats all the food. A few people in the house get a bit annoyed. Anyways, he's a good hubby. Second one, how did you both react to finding out that you were pregnant? Was it a shock? For me, I feel like because I thought I was infertile and that I could never have kids, it was quite a massive shock. Plus, we weren't married, and that was something that we were trying to abstain from. Like, we weren't trying to have sex or anything like that. Like, we were trying to completely abstain from it. So for me, it was kind of like, crap, what have we done? But at the same time, having a baby is the most amazing thing a woman could ever do. So
who asked the question? The first time we found out, we did a thingo test. Pregnancy test, and we were in the middle of a movie, and Jazz comes back and she's like, I see something. And it was such like a faint line, but you're like, I see something.
To me, it wasn't faint. Like, I could like,
it was
clearly,
there. And the thing is, I saw it slightly, but then I'm also like, we're in the middle of a movie, let's just pretend it's not there. And
he thought the movie was more important.
yeah, I assured Jazz, no, it's not there, you're seeing things. And if it is, I don't see it, so let's do it tomorrow after we watch the movie. But I could see it, and I was like, no, and yeah, I ended up not even enjoying the movie.
And then the next morning I took like a proper one, because those were like the cheap like $2 paper ones, and I took like a proper like stick one the next morning, and it was like 100%.
It was there, and I couldn't lie at that time.
Yeah,
it was there.
Third one, how do you handle the financial struggle as newlyweds and expecting a baby? I feel like we don't actually struggle.
No, there's always money going in and going out, and the thing is, we took a bit of time to write out our expenses, everything that's going to be going in and coming in, going out, all the expenses, and from that we then allocated different bank accounts. And since we've done that, and we've got about 8 different bank accounts, and all has a purpose to what is going to be paying off what, and savings and house deposits, and we stick to that. And
we don't take money out of those, like our long-term expense accounts or our house deposit accounts. That is something that we don't touch at all. We have specific accounts that we have for our daily expenses and for things that we need. So we've got like a baby and furniture account, which obviously we don't need much furniture anymore.
And we bought everything
or many things for the baby. Yeah, plus we are really, really good at finding cheap stuff. We don't just like go to any expensive store. Yeah, we don't just go to any expensive store and like buy whatever. Obviously there are a few things that we've bought that are nice, that we want, but like, I mean,
the Moses basket, but
yeah. But I mean, like everything we pretty much brought secondhand. Carl's very good with money, so I feel like that has blessed our marriage quite a bit, and we don't struggle because of that.
Because sometimes you can see in your bank account, you got all this money, oh sweet, let's go buy this, let's go buy that, but then you don't think 2 months ahead, oh you got Rego, you got this, you got that. So we've done a full 1 year expense thing, and we know what we need for each week. And for example, we've got Jazz's Rego, and we don't have to stress about it. We exactly got the right amount of money to pay that off. Yeah, there's no stress.
Okay, next question. How did you guys first meet? We met at church. We had a mutual friend group. Yeah, we were going to the same Bible study. He was running a Bible study, which was unisex at the time, and I used to go to that. Would you have gotten married so soon and quickly if you weren't pregnant? Probably not as soon as we did, but we were already talking about marriage and getting married this year anyways.
Because when I met Jazz in March, it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna date this girl, it's just gonna be another relationship. I had so much confidence and reassurance that I was going to marry this girl one day that I told Mum a month after dating her, which would have sounded crazy from her point of view, but not to me, because I had faith and confidence, and I prayed a lot about it before just jumping in, that I was going to marry this girl extremely soon. And I was asking Mum when would be the soonest I could marry her, and she said wait at least a year, and I was like, sweet, I'm gonna marry her next year. So we pretty much, from my point of view, we got married maybe a month earlier than what I was planning for before the bubs came, before we found out the baby was in her belly.
But for me, it was kind of like I knew that we were going to get married anyways, and for me, like, I thought we were planning on it. We were going to plan on it this year anyways, so for us, like, the baby wasn't the reason that we got married, and that was something that we were always reassuring ourselves of, and making sure that that wasn't our motive, that we were only getting married for the baby, because, I mean, then we're married and stuck with each other for the rest of our lives, and if we don't want that, we're going to be unhappy. So we made sure that we knew what marriage was, what marriage actually meant. We made sure we read books, did premarital counseling, everything like that, just to kind of prepare ourselves for marriage and completely understand what marriage is and what that looks like from a biblical view. And then by the time we were married, we felt like we were 100% ready.
This is from Alyssa. Her question is, best thing about marriage. Oh man, best thing about being married. I'm getting married in 50 days with 5 people. Lol, what?
No, because she can only get married with 5 people there.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that's illegal.
Not a polygamy thing.
Yeah.
I think just like, well, for me, it's just waking up next to you every day and like not having to say goodbye. Like knowing that you're always coming home, not that I have to wait till tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, best thing for me, that's an easy one. We can leave that one there.
How did you guys know it was the right timing to start dating, or that he was the one, or that I was the one?
For me, it was, she was coming to my Bible study and I had no interest in her whatsoever, and she later told me she had no interest in me whatsoever. So our types...
Yeah, he wasn't my type at all.
Yeah, I was into blonde surfers, and she was into, I don't know, street boys, cowboys. Something weird.
Cowboys.
So that's why when we were going to the Bible studies, and the motivation wasn't there to look good before one another, okay? We were just being ourselves, praying, reading, doing the devotions, doing the studies with the group. We didn't have another motivation to show the better side of us. So I got to really know her and the real her. She got to know the real me. And after a few months, just seeing her relationship with Christ, which is such a what's the word? Such a cliche thing to say. That's like, oh, the most important thing is to find a Christian girlfriend, or a Christian guy, or a Christian girl, because that's the foundation. Yeah. Now, a year forward, I can now definitely see the importance of finding a Christian girl, or from her side, a Christian boy.
For me, it was the right timing. Like, I don't know, I guess just when it felt right, when I knew that I liked him and that he had a good relationship with the Lord, and we became best friends before we started dating anyways, and I feel like that's important to set a good foundation, and we had that. So yeah, by the time he asked me out, it was kind of like we knew each other, not for who we were pretending to be, but for who we actually were. How did people at your church react when you found out that you were pregnant? Really well, actually. I was quite surprised. Like, all our friends were super supportive, all our leaders, all our mentors were very supportive. Everyone was there for us, and yeah, I can't complain. All right, we'll do 2 more. How do you guys, this is from Caitlin, how do you guys come to an understanding when making decisions, home, baby, and money? I think just good communication.
We're always communicating.
Yeah.
Always. And someone once told me, like, there's not such a thing as over communicating. Talk about every little detail. So with money, I feel like I was the wisest. So I didn't come to Jazz and rebuke her. I was just like, what are your goals in the future? And then she told me her goals, and then I'm like, okay, so this is what we need to do now to reach those goals. Now, I was a bit extreme with finance and saving, and she was a bit extreme with blowing every cent plus more when she gets paid. So we found the balance in between. Coming to a middle ground and just understanding, not rebuking or yelling. And trying to find the real reason why I'm a crazy saver and she's a crazy spender, because there's reasons behind that.
I feel like because we've read the same books.
And we read the same Bible. Well, there's only one Bible.
There's only one Bible.
That's another reason why it's so important to have a relationship that is equally yoked. Because when it comes to how we're going to bring up our daughter and how we're going to love her and discipline her, we are getting all the guidance and all the wisdom from the Bible.
Yeah, just having the same understanding. We're educating ourselves separately but also together, so that way we come to a mutual understanding, and then whenever we learn something new about how to raise a child or whatever, we discuss that. Okay, moving on. Last question says, have you both finished your studies, and how did you manage finances with a wedding? Carl's at uni. I studied a long time ago. I've done a few different things, nothing major, just like diplomas. Like, I'm a qualified PT, qualified makeup artist. I've done a few studies in nutrition, etc. And Carl's doing finances, yeah. Accounting and finance. Accounting and
my
finance.
last year at uni.
Yeah. And how did you manage finances with a wedding? Our wedding was super cheap. I pretty much did everything DIY, so I created a lot myself. Plus, we had a very, very small ceremony. We definitely didn't have, and still don't have, the finances to have a massive wedding when, you know, we're moving in with each other. We had to renovate this place, plus having a baby. It kind of like all came at the same time. So we did something very, very small and made it very minimal, but still beautiful. We had a very small ceremony with just like a few family members and a few friends there, and then we just had a reception.
And we invited a lot of friends.
Yeah, yeah. Our reception was bigger than our wedding. We did everything like under 4,000, which is very rare for a wedding. But yeah, I feel like we didn't go out and spend crazy amounts of money on things that we didn't need for our wedding. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Oh, we're back again.
Carl's getting tired.
My back's sore.
I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys know every single time I post, because a birth vlog will be up soon. We're praying about it that she will come out.
Come.
I'm getting very impatient. Now,
thumbs up, comment below, tick the bell, bling bling bling.
Yes, exactly what he said. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Peace. Mwah.